going to be doing a review today. This is a review that I've been kind of wanting to do for a while now, but I knew I had to kind of rewatch the movie because it had been a while, and actually it's been a while since I last viewed this movie. It just, between like Horror Pack and like wanting to talk about other stuff, this movie definitely kind of got a little lost in the shuffle, but finally getting to it. And that movie that I'm going to be discussing today is Jacob's Ladder from 1990, starring Tim Like, I'm having a brain fart right now. Sorry, Tim Robbins, Elizabeth Pena, and Danny Aiello, and also too a very young Macaulay Culkin. I think same year or year before that he did Home Alone, after he did Uncle Buck and stuff. Um, but yeah, this is a pretty trippy movie. I One that I enjoy very much. It's definitely one of those kind of like psychological ones. So it's one that you really have to pay attention to. It's not one that you can kind of just pop in and kind of like do whatever. I mean, unless if you've seen it like bunches and bunches of times, but I feel like even then, you still have to really kind of, pay attention to this movie because there's so many things going on and different, all that weird craziness that's going on and stuff. So this is, for those of you who don't know what this is about Tim Robbins' character, who is a Vietnam vet, and he's now a postman, a postal service member, postal right? Yeah, postman, I guess, a mailman basically, and he's obviously, as the movie goes on, you obviously see him struggling with like the post traumatic stress disorder and everything, and just like all this crazy stuff that's going on in his mind and stuff that you are seeing, that he's seeing, and kind of like, wait, is that real? Wait, what's going on? What? Um, so yeah, there's, it's kind of like, if you've never seen this movie, it's like the setup, like the psychological part, like it's similar to like a Vanilla Sky or something, just one where it's very like, wait, did that happen? Wait, what? But just very interesting. I feel like it's scary, not in the same sense as like, say, like Nightmare on Elm Street or something, but it's just very scary. I shouldn't say very scary, but it's scary in a sense where you're like, what? What? Just that whole like mind of like, okay, what's real, what's not real, like what's going on, who can you trust, what? Just like I said, so many things going on in this movie that it's like, um, another one of those movies, sort of like where going back to like the sort of like mental illness in horror movies that I know I kind of did a video on a couple weeks ago. This is definitely one of those where it's like a very much like a mental. I don't want to say like mental illness per se, but it's very. No, I will say mental illness. Because like I said, post traumatic stress disorder, like a lot of people who come back from wars and stuff, like suffer with this and everything. It's a big issue and everything. But I feel like it's like I don't suffer from post traumatic stress disorder or anything, so I mean I have nothing to compare it to. But that's for anyone who's struggling with that is just to be able to live day to day with that, I think is unbelievable. I give a lot of people credit for making it through their days. But yeah, but it's so just, and also too with like Macaulay Culkin's character is actually plays his son, who actually had passed away from like I think an accident, if memory serves, and so he's like having visions of his son and everything, seeing his son. He's kind of like, what, like what? And also too, even with like his girlfriend, like he's seen stuff like with his girlfriend and stuff. Like they're at a party or something, and she's like dancing and stuff, and like this like demon thing is like dancing with her or sort of like coming out of her and stuff. You're like, what the? You know, it's like tendons and everything. It's like all brushing up on her legs and everything, trying to like, I don't know, molest her or something. And you're like, you know, as you're watching that scene, you're like, it's like, it's crazy, you know, and like, that's what I'm talking about. Like stuff like that where it's kind of scary. You're like, what? What? You know, and then it just, so many things like that in this movie that, are like crazy. Just, you know, but then again, you know, I feel like this is like when people say psychological thrillers or psychological horror, like this is usually the first one that comes to mind because I feel like this is very well done. Not like done in a bad way or anything. I just feel like it's pretty spot on with things. You know, it is, you know, the movie goes on and everything. You're like, man, dude, this guy's got like a, you know, he's just trying to live a life and like, you know, make a living and stuff and like, you know, making his girlfriend happy and be happy with his girlfriend and stuff. Um, you know, and trying to move on from his son's death, which obviously the death of any loved one, especially a child, I feel like, you know, it's very difficult to get over. And, you know, so you just like feel for this guy, even as like these like shady people are trying to like track him down and threaten him and stuff because he knows stuff and all that. You know, and like being drugged back in Vietnam when he was a soldier there and everything, and you know, coming after him because they're like, dude, like you know too much, you're figuring too much out. You know, he's trying to like solve things before you know these guys kill him and stuff, and trying to protect his girlfriend and stuff and his ex-wife, and it's just crazy. And then it's like, you know, towards the end, by the way, spoilers, turn me off now if you've not seen this. You know, that like towards the end or at the end, you know, he's sitting in a stairwell with his son, you know, and just talking and everything, and like his son wants him to go with him. He starts like going up the stairs with his son. You're kind of like, wait, he's dying, and then it's like they flash to him in like a Vietnam hospital bed, and you realize that they've been um, trying to like resuscitate him because he's like been shot or he's been in an explosion, and you're like, wait a second, like none of that happens. Like that was all in his head. Sort of like a you know we were sort of seeing like his life flashing before his eyes, basically. I mean, I know some people might hate the movie for that because you're like, wait, we just watched this entire movie thinking this guy's living this life and it wasn't even happening? What? I mean, I like that. I know, like I said, I know people might have hated that for this movie, but I liked it. Like I said, I feel like it was done correctly. I feel like it was done in a good way. Because like I said, I feel like, you know, at the end with what we have, it's just like, you know, when people say, like, when people have been in like an accident or a life-threatening situation, you know, your life flashes before your eyes. I feel like that's what this movie was it that flash of his life going before his eyes, and we're seeing that of maybe what he was hoping for his life to be, or maybe partially of what his life was, but because he was like losing the battle of his life, all that like darkness and everything, and just like all this stuff, and like the tears of what he had witnessed in the war were kind of mixing together, you know. So, but you know, little, you know, with especially with like the scenes with his son and stuff, and then at the end, you're kind of like, I feel like, you know, it's you know, a little teary eyed at the end. You know, every time I watch this, I'm always like, you know, yeah, you know, I think horror movies can, you know, tug at your heart a little bit. But yeah, like I said, excellent movie. If you guys have never seen it, definitely check it out. Make sure, like, you pop it in and you know you're going to be focused because there's a lot of stuff coming at you. And definitely one of those movies that I feel you need to watch at least a couple of times because there's stuff you're probably gonna miss first viewing or so. But it's like I said, it's definitely worth watching, and it's about 2 hours, like just under 2 hours. But yeah, check it out. Check this movie out. For those of you who have seen this movie, let me know what you think of it, because you guys know I'd love to hear what you guys think, whether you loved it or hated it. Tell me what you guys loved about it or hated about it. Um, so yeah, yeah. Like I said, check this one out. I would probably give this one. What would I give this one? I would give this one eight screams out of 10 slashings, man. I mean, and probably I would, like, recommendation wise, I would probably give this. I would probably, on a scale of 1 to 10, to recommend this to people, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I would. I would. And also, too, just so you know, like, this copy here I got from Target, actually. I think we still sell this, because I got this, like, quite a while ago, like a year ago, I want to say, and I know it was pretty inexpensive, like $5. You know what? I know it was $5, so pretty inexpensive. I'm sure most places that you come across this at, it's going to be about the same. So definitely worth the investment. If not, check Netflix and stuff. I should have checked to see if it's on a streaming service. I didn't. I'm sorry. But like I said, I would recommend this on a scale of like 9 out of 10. So yeah, let me know. Like I said, let me know what you guys thought of this. Uh, Things you loved about it, things you hated about it. You know me, I do not judge. Let me know. But until next time, you guys, I will check you out laters, laters, laters. As always, stay creepy and classy. Take care, you guys.